Right, good afternoon, everybody. Right, welcome to IMU IMU Essential Skills Workshop, and brought to you by IMU Industrial Partnership and Career Development Unit in partnership with Caliber Business Solution. So this is Essential Skills Workshop number 8. Yeah, guys, number 8 for the year 2022. And the topic for today is the art of empathy and why it matters. So we have today some of you may be familiar with Dr. Claire, right? I think she has come up two times. This is her third time here. Yeah. Dr. Claire is a very dynamic speaker and trainer, as you have seen her in action before, and she has 18 years experience today. And she's acclaimed as a strategist and marketeer. And she had her secondary and tertiary education in Singapore, Australia, Malaysia, and she started her training and consulting degree career 18 years ago. Yeah, and have trained in Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Dubai, and Indonesia. And currently, Dr. Claire is in where? Brunei, right?
Brunei. I'm in Brunei
right now. Okay, zooming all the way from Brunei. Okay, and without further ado, I'll pass you to Dr. Claire for her to introduce herself a bit more. Okay, shall we? Please give Dr. Claire a big round of applause. Yay!
Okay, thank you very much. Woohoo! Hey, all right, everyone. Let's give kata-kata semangat on the chat. Let's write something positive to each other. Okay, let me give you 30 seconds. So I want to hear all your voices. What will be the one sentence you want to give positive reaction to everybody? Okay, here's my line. Okay, let's write on the chat. Yeah. For example, I put there, never give up. All right, how about the rest of you? Let's share some motivation words to each other. Come. Type, and 30 seconds, and I'll say enter. You press enter, okay? Yeah. Yes, can press enter now. Yip tak man. Tomorrow will be a better day. Very good. Ha said celebrate all wins. Beautiful celebration. I think that's why we are here today. We're on the 8th session already. So exciting, huh? Yes, Sharani said we are great. Wow, yeah, we are great. Amazing. We are great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, yeah, more friends are coming in. Ooh, Wong Li Ying, beautiful weather. Nice, beautiful weather. Ong Ching Rose said, failure is not fatal. Yes. I always say, if you fail, you are so fortunate, you know, because you are just going to be moving forward.
It's just painful only, still can. Okay.
Yeah, won't die one. Correct. Oh, we got more people coming in. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So very nice. It's a very small group of us. We have about 4, 8, 9, 10 of us. 10 of us. Liang Xuanning is stuck in the cloud, cannot come in yet. I think the line is not so strong. We have 2 hours, very special time. I need all of you to be attentive, take part, because I'm not a lecturer, you know, sit down here, give you lecture, read notes. No. Notes I give you, you all read on your own, okay? But it's going to be interactive sharing, all right? So there are times, definitely you have to unmute. You want to write on the chat, all right? I respect you all. Don't want to show your video yet, no problem. But later when you are in breakout rooms, later when you have a chance to share, you will need to on your videos. Okay, welcome Liang Xuanning. So take out your books, take out your notes. We are going to have some fun. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ha, for introducing myself. I just want to say that I am very excited to speak to all of you because all of you are the future generations. And we are talking a lot now about future readiness. Future readiness, yeah? Future readiness. And one of the skills of the future readiness, out of the 10 skills, is the art of care, C-A-R-E. Art of care, no? Besides the problem solving, selling, marketing, all right? Art of care. And the art of care is why we are here today. It's about the art of empathy, why it matters. Now, this word empathy, honestly, when I was much younger, I also don't know the meaning. I don't know the meaning because for us, is we always know sympathy. Oh, you give the fella sympathy, you kasihan the fella, you know, sympathize, sympathy. But empathy, for me, it was a new word, but then I realized it is so important. And why it matters, that's what we're going to talk about in the next 2 hours. And I have brought in 2 techniques we're going to do today to practice how we're going to show empathy. Before that, definition is very important so that we are all aligned, we know the meaning of empathy. I don't want to assume we all know, right? So empathy is actually means what? No, the action of understanding, being aware of, being sensitive to, and vicariously experiencing the feelings, thoughts, and experience of another, of either the past or present, without having the feelings, thoughts, and experience fully communicated in an objectively explicit manner. This one I take from Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Okay, I cannot make it so simple. First, I have to show you the big definition before I tell you it very simply what it means. Okay, so what is empathy in a workplace? All of you, even workplace, even you are right now studying, it is also a workplace. It is a place where you come together, and it's great that if you learn this skill early, then this will be very helpful for all of you. Okay. So here we talk about why is this important? Okay. You all have a chance later to go breakout room to actually experience a certain technique I'm going to share. But before that, why is it important? Now, all of us here are not robots. I was just in Singapore exactly 10 days ago for a ROBO conference. And they were talking about how machines, 50% of the work will be replaced by artificial intelligence. People are so scared about it, right? But actually, the good news is that because of the AI world in the future, there will be more work, more jobs that will be created because of this more work. So we want to create connection. With empathy, it creates connection. All of us went through COVID pandemic, 2 years. It has changed the way we communicate. It has changed the way we feel, because now the era is we are more C-A-R-E, we are more concerned and caring. Like for me, last time, easily 3-4 years ago, I never asked the question like, how are you actually, Today I went to my Institute Civil Service in Brunei. Okay. I'm now in Brunei right now. I'm having a program tomorrow physically. And I met 2 people whom I met 15 years ago when I first came to this country to do programs in Brunei. And we look at each other and we say, time flies. And we talk, and we have so much empathy with each other that we talk not about business. Wow, we were empathetic to each other. 15 years ago when I came, I wasn't at all practicing any empathy, because it was just very, all of us were very focused on what we want, what was the result that we want. So I see the changes in the trend. Create connection. If you want to write this down, please, as I share with you, you want to write it down, yeah? You want to create connection because you want to have rapport, R-A-P-P-O-R-T, rapport. If you can learn this skill, if you can create rapport, you can negotiate well, you can have things your way, get things done your way, whatever it is. You want to be a doctor one day, you're in a healthcare line, whatever work and job that you do, when you have rapport, it is very, very easy, because it is not how smart you are, how many A's you have, what PhD you have, but it's whether I like you, whether the other person like you, can trust you, will give you the job, or will reach out to you. Okay. Secondly, you want to improve your social skills. This is what we didn't learn, what we don't learn in our textbooks. And it's great that IMU has actually have this wonderful program where they give you all the skills to help develop not only your left brain, your right brain, all these skills that will bring you far and even help you to get the job, your next opportunity. And by the way, I was also when I was in Singapore, I also met with some educators. They told me, Dr. Claire, Now, in the Singapore syllabus, we have edit something. I said, what have you edited? What is it? We tell the students, when you go out there and get a job, please do not stay. They said this, please don't expect to stay in a job more than a year or 2 years, because you have to get used to changes and keep going until you find what suits you. I said, really? Like that? Then I said, what's going to happen to all my peers? Which we expect, we train someone up, we expect them to stay for long. And they say, no, the trend is actually changing, because if we do not train our youngsters to think this way, hey, they may get like left out, because things changes so fast. Like, the disruption that takes place, suddenly you realize your job is irrelevant. And if you're not fast enough to change, what happened? Then you get into depression mode. That's what they're seeing now. You know how many suicidals people commit suicide during COVID? I even talked to my friends in Brunei. They even say yes, but of course Brunei not so bad. Brunei only 150,000 population. The king can take care of everybody. Malaysia, I don't know about you, but I see people, I hear of stories, a lot of stories, okay? So empathy is something that we need to cultivate for others and for ourselves, all right? The other one is makes us a great team player. I am a team specialist, TEAM. I didn't go to school to learn team building or whatever, but as I came out and see the real world, I want to help teams become higher performing team. I dedicate my whole life from now, in fact, from now until I die, I believe, to help teams become great. I am right now creating how I can help my clients, okay, put all their data about their team in the AI platform and then come out with the results and the things that they need, so that they can make their work easier and help and really close the gap and have high performing team. Okay, this is also what I personally am doing. Okay? So empathy is a required skill. Otherwise, I cannot be in this line. Empathy, because of empathy, I can understand what my clients' needs are. Because of empathy, I'm here today talking to you. I'm here today, I can cari makan. That means I can find work to do and feed the family and feed all my friends, and all my trainers realize, all of our friends realize that we need to have empathy. Yeah. And so how can we be empathetic? Yeah, move on. Yeah. Oh, I like this picture, because I also get confused, empathy and sympathy. So very simple. I remember empathy is you understand, okay, like for example, this example here, the president grew up with little money, so she has great empathy toward the poor. So they are able to understand. So like your friend or your family member share with you something, their experience and their feelings. Okay, we understand and we empathize with them. We understand, ability to understand. Okay, now sympathy is a bit deeper. You care the way you say it. Like for example, normally they say, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. That one is sympathy. So for example, my classmate was having a bad day. I express my sympathy to her. That's sympathy. You sympathize, you show your care and all, right? So empathy, as long as you understand, and there are two versions which I will also share with you. Empathy, why is so important? All of us need that skill. Now, on the left, people who are empathetic, they validate others' feelings. Okay, this is understanding each other, putting yourself in the person's shoe. Okay, resonate with others' feelings and perspective. Okay, I'm much older than all of you, and I can tell you, if you can learn to put yourselves in other people's shoes, who you're talking to, that will be amazing. You will win in your communication and build a connection with others through understanding. This is empathetic. And as a team expert, this is my favorite quotation. You are only as strong as your weakest team member. Wow. So that is why all of us here today in this class, if all of us understand what is empathy and we adopt this attitude and have this skill, we are all going to be strong. So that's why I always say in a team, right now, maybe you have a chance to be in your, your group, study group. You work together. So it's good that all of you come together, learn the skills together. Okay. Another theory I want to share with you is this thing, cognitive and affective empathy leadership style. I put here leadership because all of you are going to be leaders. You are leaders already today. You don't have to wait until you get a role, a position that says senior manager. No. Yep. Because when you leave IMU, or even right now, I know a lot of people who are studying, but they have their gigs, GIG, yeah? GIG. We are going towards a gig economy where a lot of people, a lot of fresh graduates, that all of you are going to be doing not only one work or one job, but you are going to freelance and do the things that you like, or you want to learn a new skill because you have 24 hours a day. Some people tell me, Dr. Claire, I only go to work 8 hours. Then what are the balance hours? Then they do extra because they can go online, find jobs in UK, Australia, whatever currency you want to earn, whatever culture you want to work with, just go. And that's the power of this era today. So it is important to know what is cognitive and affective. Yeah, they both require understanding the feelings of others, while cognitive is the ability to recognize and understand another person's mental state, but the affective is to share the feelings of others without any direct emotional stimulation to oneself. I really like this. I really like this affective empathy because some people misunderstand and they think that they got to get emotional every time when because some people don't like the word empathy. They say, "Ayo, why like so so much feeling, It is not necessary. So let me explain to you, yeah, so you know how to differentiate. You see the chart at the bottom? Yeah, all of you see it, huh? So we have low cognitive on the left, low and high cognitive, and then on top is affective empathy. Yeah. So what kind of leader do you want to be? So it also depends on the work that you do. I'm not saying that all of us must become high cognitive and low affective. Not necessary, because there are some work that requires us to be high affective empathy, like the friendly leader, because you need to be friendly. So do you need to be a manager leader, effective leader, emotional leader, or friendly leader? It depends. So I'm telling you this so that you are conscious, you are aware of it. I am also a team coach to a lot of engineers, manufacturing concerns. So I believe also a doctor, being in healthcare. How do you draw the line of being too emotional, in a situation? Yeah, it's like sometimes you have to make certain decisions. Okay, so this will be very helpful to you. So we are saying that you still need to have empathy anyway. All of us need that now to understand other people's feelings. So this is all going to be in your notes. I'm not going to read out to you. Okay. Now, we're going to go straight. How can we be empathetic in the workplace? Here are some ways. We're going to do peer learning today. We're going to use Grow Model, ask questions. I'm going to share you what's FFF, offer to help and challenge your biases. Now, first activity we're going to do is Grow Model. Pay attention, yeah, because I'll break you all into teams for this. I'm also a sales coach, and I've been helping sales champions. I put here sales champions because if you are in IMU, I'm sure all of you here are also champions. Okay, in the future, if you ever going to set up a team, you might as well set up a champion team, not a team that we are neither here nor there. Don't know whether we're going to make it or not. Okay, so you want to set up a team that is already champion. Yeah, so how do you do that? You want to make sure that all of you agree where you want to go. We want to be champion team. We only want the best of the best. So you can be a weak person joining us, but you need to eventually buck up in your attitude, in your skills. Then imagine you have this kind of norms. Your team will be a champion team. Okay, so this is what I help all the champions team. So grow model is a conversational, powerful approach. It's also used in coaching, but I love to use it. I want to make it simple in conversation. And powerful thing is it's a questions. They use questions. Now, you don't have to be an expert in English. You don't have to be an expert in communication. But if you know how to ask questions, which you all can learn, you can be very, very powerful. I personally train Samsung, right? All the retailers now, because they are selling one of the best products in marketplace in terms of their bespoke. They have the latest fridge, aircon. Now their phone is one of the best lenses and all those things. But then there's a gap, there's a gap between the retailers, the people who are selling, who needs to learn the art of empathy and need to learn the art of closing the sale or selling. So I use grow model, very simple. You don't need to be a Superman. How is a grow model? Now, I make it simple for you all. Later in a breakout room, I want all of you to think of a way to have a conversation. For example, G is the first one. Okay, that means you're going to plan your script, plan your questions. I have an example here for you. I hope you all are writing this down. Yeah? G is about goals. What do you want? What does that look like? What will be people saying about you? How will you feel once this is achieved? When do you want to achieve this goal? Okay, I make it simple. Let's say if I am a retailer, I'm selling air condition, for example. I see a customer. I just go there. I don't say, I shouldn't be asking, you want to buy or not? If I ask, do you want to buy? They'll say, no, I don't want to buy. Because people do not like to be sold to. People don't like to be sold, but people like to buy. See the difference? People don't like to be sold to. So you create conversations. Okay. So you can use this with your team members, with your lecturers, with your parents, family members. Always ask a goal question. So today we are preparing all of you in the breakout room, you prepare some of the goal questions. We are the grow model affects is part of the art of empathy. Okay, you are learning to understand people by questioning. Now, the whole idea is when you ask a question, whatever they answer, you have to ask from the answer, you can ask a question with the answer. And it's very powerful because I love to ask questions, because by asking questions, I will know where they come from, which level they come from. Okay, so after the goal questions is reality. Reality is like the reality check. Like for example, somebody who wants to buy an aircon, they come in, then they say, okay, I want to buy this big aircon, huge aircon, wow, 2 horsepower, huge. Huh? Then we can ask the powerful question is, what do you have right now? What is the current size of your square feet that you want to put this huge aircon? Oh yeah, cannot lah. Actually, my room very small only. So by asking questions, we can help and guide the person, right, to make certain decisions. Or how do you feel? Or someone who will say, I'm not interested in this. I don't need a very high-tech aircon, for example. Then you can ask another powerful question like, are you currently happy with the current situation you're in, with the current H horsepower and all those things? So it's for people, this question is to trigger people, and you understand them better. I love the reality question because we call it reality check. Like when we do goal setting, a lot of people got big goals. Wow, big goal, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Wow, yes, man. After IMU, I come out, I want to do this, do that. And very good. I can achieve this. Okay, then the reality questions will be, how hard are you willing to work? How much discipline will you put in to learn this new technique? All these things. Then the person will think, wow, You mean it's not so easy? I say, hello, you graduate with a piece of paper, you think everything dropped down? No, welcome to the new world. Maybe you realize that, my goodness, like in IT, I will say 100% of things what you learn within 6 months, very fast, you will get out one. Now, big data, let me tell you, big data, people spending a lot of money on big data. I just realized that one of my clients from China said, only 3 months it is irrelevant. After 3 months, irrelevant already. I said, really? Yeah, we spend so much money, you know. I said, you then how? Like that, all the big data fellas, how? Wow. So how do you make it relevant? Yeah. How do you quickly capture whatever data and process it? How do you keep agility? Yeah. Next one is option opportunities. Ask the question like, option is like, if the person say cannot lah, no other way out lah, you know, very sad or whatever, then you ask, what if there was another way? What would it be? Have you explored this ABC? You know, open up the minds of people. Okay, questions. And last is way forward is last stage, like when do you want to get this started? When would you like to sign up? When would you want to be committed for this action? All right. Very simple. Very simple. Everyone take a picture of this. Take a picture of this slide. You're going to go to breakout rooms. Okay. There'll be a few of you inside. You all have to on your cameras, see each other. Hello, hello. Get to know your new friends. Have a conversation with your partner. Could be a few partners using the GROW model. I want you to just practice the questions. I make it easier, you know, you're not just talking, hello, how are you? What's your age? I want you all together to come out. So you can write on the chat, you know, one of you open a Word document or whatever, write on a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. This is learning is for you, not to present in a chunky, in an amazing way, but as long as you all understand. And when you come back, if you can, when you type out, if you type it out, right, you just copy from the chat, come back here and paste it in the chat. Or you're going to put it in a Word document, also can, or notepad, no problem. Write the questions down, okay? Write the questions down. What will be the goal? It can be just 2 or 3 questions from goal, reality, options, and way forward. What could it be about, Dr. Claire? Well, it's a conversation, anything. Objective what? Objective is to get to know the other person in IMU right now. We are all either first year, second year, third year, or ready to graduate here. So this conversation you're going to have is to help each other. The questions come with the questions that will help each other, that you can use it with your friends, you know, to make friends, to connect with people. Because when you use GROW model, you are learning to have conversations. I'm teaching all of you learn to connect with people through conversations using GROW model. That is how I close my deals. Okay, how I close my deals. I don't force people, whatever, to buy and shove it in their throat. But using a GROW model, at the end, they will feel that, wow, you really have empathy with me. You really understand what I'm saying. How can you help me further? Okay. Okay, the friends who just joined in, welcome. You're going to go breakout rooms, take a picture of this. Okay, you're going to go breakout rooms and you're going to have practice, create some moments to, I give you all about 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes to come up with the GROW model. Objective is to create questions with each other about IMU. You're moving forward. For example, where are you going to go after this? What's your future plan? Study here for what? Okay, that kind of thing. All right, if you are clear, type 1 on the chat. If you are clear, type 1. Clear, type 1. Let me see. Type 1 if you are clear. You clear what I say? Please type 1. Yes, thank you. Type 1. Thank you. Okay. I'm looking at the breakout rooms. There will be 1, 2. Okay, there will be 4 breakout rooms, about 3 persons. One group is 4 persons. Okay. 15 minutes. When you are in a breakout room, please unmute yourself in a breakout room, communicate and have empathy with each other. And I need you all to select a leader. Okay, the leader will come forward and say, okay, I will help you all. Okay, GROW. conversation. Actually, because it's your first time, I think I give you more time, 20 minutes, because grow model is that means you have 5 minutes for each section. Understand? GROW. So G, timekeeper, in your team later, you say, okay, let's spend 5 minutes, create all the goal questions. So you write down, open a Word document, just write down. Later you will share it back here or put this PowerPoint, all the goal questions. If you have your handphone with you, you want to Google grow model also can. You can see all the questions. But I want you to create your own, is to create conversations, okay? All right, open all rooms. So come back here with at least 3 or 4 questions for each one. So G got 4 questions, R 4, 5. Options also got 4 questions, and way forward. Okay, rooms are being opened. Please go and join your breakout rooms, everyone. We have 20 minutes. Anything, any help you need, you all must call me, I'll come. Or not sure, come to main room, no problem. Yes, Wong Li Ying and Ilyas, you can go to your room, please. Room 2, Wong Li Ying. Ilyas, you are room 4. Can you go in? Otherwise, I have to move room 2.
Claire, I'm not going, yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. So I think room 4, Elias can.
I put him out to go to another room already. Ilyas, I'll put you in room 3. Ilyas, go to room 3, yeah, Ilyas. Ilyas, are you there? I think your line not so good. It's written here, you're trying to get in. How I pause recording, yeah?
I continue, recording?
Recording already.
Yeah, right.
Hello, Lo Wei Chi, come back. First one to come back. Wow. Welcome back. Welcome back. Wow. Okay, I'm going to do this differently. All of you get ready to type on the chat, yeah? Okay. Okay, my question is, what? I read down on the chat, yeah? What was the learning about grow model? Okay, just now you're in breakout rooms for 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes. What are your feelings? I'm going to give you all about 1 minute to think about the answer. Write on the chat. What do you learn about the grow model? For example, help me to talk. It can be anything, okay? Take 1 minute. All of you must put an answer there. What was your learning about using the GROW? Okay, 1 minute from now, type on the chat. It can be in point form. It can be 1 word, 1 sentence, no problem. At the end of the day, it's as long as you understand. If it was difficult, please put down difficult, because even when I do for adults, right? I did for a hospital. Even the doctors find it difficult because they are not used to this style, but we are teaching you from a young age. Okay, press enter. What was your learning about grow model? Write down. Yes, please write down, yeah. Everybody, write something. One word also can. One sentence also can. That will be very helpful for me as your trainer to have empathy with you. I need to understand where you come from. Fantastic. Elisa, you need to leave right now. Fantastic. No problem, huh? Go ahead. Okay, Lo Junying said, allow me to determine my goal. Fantastic. Whatever that you experience today, you can actually use this with a conversation with your friend. So you determine your goal, right? Because questions help you to think about it. Wong Li Ying, open-ended questions stimulate a lot of thought process. Yes, open-ended. We have two types of questions. Open, close, and open. Close is like, have you had dinner? No. Are you hungry? No. Are you married? Yes. That's closed question. Open-ended question is, the question is open. What do you think about the person? That means the questions require a long answer. All of us here want to learn how to use open-ended questions. Very powerful. It stimulates thought process, correct? Marcia, an easy and approachable way to understand another goal, yes. It's a very nice and polite way because you don't put your ideas on people, you ask questions, okay? Ilyas, it was insightful and clear, fantastic. Ong Jingru said, taught me to step out of my comfort zone. Wow, Ong Jingru, that's great. And Lo Wei Chi is a great way to generate ideas. Okay. Sharian, sorry, to be more conscious. Yes, I like this word, conscious. Prihatin in Malay, yang banyak prihatin. In whatever that we do, we got to be conscious. When you are conscious, you are powerful. You don't simply like we say, you know, every day is very hectic, very busy. But we live consciously, we ask questions consciously, we speak, we communicate consciously. Yip Chapman, able to think more about obstacles before setting up a goal. Fantastic, because we have options and opportunities there. Wow, Priya, systemic problem solving. Okay, systemic problem solving. You all can go and Google this word. It's a problem solving methodology on its own. Okay, thank you very much. Grow model is very useful. It's used for problem solving. It's used for sales. It's used for conversation. It's used for personal goal setting. It's used for team, right? It's just an approach. Okay, we are going to move on, all right? Just now was just an exercise. I'm not going to get every team to share because it's going to be very long, okay? But the whole idea is for you all to talk among each other and to just generate the kind of questions. But if there's anyone who really want to share, please type on the chat, I want to share. Okay, but I don't want to force it on you because our time is so precious. We just move on, yeah? Okay. But if you want to share a document, you can always attach over here in the chat for your friends. Thank you. Continue. Okay, next. This is another technique, everybody. Feel, felt, found. It's called the 3F. 3F. I actually teach this in customer service. People are very upset. You know, I was teaching a unit trust consulting company. Unit trust. And there was a fund, FUND. People lost 50%. You know, that means you put in 100,000 ringgit. You want to earn interest. Suddenly your money, your capital only left 50,000. Half gone, you know. Wow. And they call you, you are a customer service, they call you and they shout at you. What is this, man? All my savings inside there, 100,000, you know, scolding. So, feel, felt, found. The art of empathy. For example, I completely understand how you feel. Okay? a couple of customers felt the same. Yeah. However, what we have found is, or what they have found is, to stay on in this course because the funds will go back to the original and then move higher. Example. So feel, felt, found is a technique. Okay. Not necessary you must use all the time. If somebody passed away, let's say your friends, you have a friend who is married and has a child, and the child passed away, you cannot use feel, felt, found. You cannot say, oh, I understand how you feel, and a lot of my friends felt the same. However, I found that if you just hang on, you'll be okay. You cannot use that, please, because that one is a different thing. That one is sympathy coming in already. Sympathy. I'm so sorry. So sorry that you have to go through all this. As your colleague, how can I help you? That's sympathy. You get involved, all right, and say sorry. Okay. So empathy, because empathy, we're all in our role. We all have a role, a position. If one day you work in a hospital, you have a role. You have a role, how you communicate with all your patients, for example. Yeah. So this is useful. And never ever, why we use 3F? Because we want to show that we understand how you feel. Remember, that's empathy, I understand how you feel. Yeah, understand. All right. Feel, felt, found. 3 Fs. Okay. If you are clear in the 3 Fs, please type 1. Type 1 so I know you're okay. 3F, very simple. Feel, felt, found. 3F, feel, felt, found. Okay, thank you. Feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. 3 Fs. Not the F word, yeah? Feel, felt, found. Okay. But it is the F word. It's a different F word. Okay, now we move on. Another technique. We will do all this together in a room, okay? This is an amazing way to ask for help. You see on the left here, the left picture is like a fish bowl. You can write this down. You can go and Google what is a fish bowl. Okay, your older generations, they are already been through this fish bowl, but it's an amazing way to ask for feedback, get everyone's ideas. It's peer learning. Honestly, for me, I actually give 1.5 hours free of charge, sometimes to some friends, to some of my clients. Sometimes they want me to do a program, but I say, let's do a peer learning first to find out what is the problem you all are facing, and then you can see the team members, how they come together. So let me show you how it's done. This is a very powerful art of empathy technique. Yeah. So peer learning is an engagement strategy that allows individuals to ask for help in addressing some challenge or opportunity they face by receiving their help quickly, effectively, and without loss of face, and learning with and from each other without loss of face. That's why it's really good for some of the bosses, some big boss. Some people tell me, hey, Dr. Claire, we earn so much money, our salary is so big. We cannot be asking our people how to solve the problem or how to help us. But peer learning is a technique that is without loss of face. You can actually get help. Yeah. So why is peer learning important? Now, it is an informal request for help that we're going to learn, and it's often turned into quick recommendations for what someone thinks the individual should do. Why is it important? Okay, and it expands possibilities, perspectives, it eliminates defensiveness, and engages everyone irrespective of function or role. Okay, these are the benefits. I won't be reading this. You will experience the benefit later. So how does it work? All of you listen up, yeah? Because later, I will get one of you to share a challenge that you are facing. Okay, let me choose the person right now. Okay, let me choose the person who is going to be sharing the challenge, and it's going to be a lucky day. Okay, I'm going to ask Priya, because Priya, you're one of the first ones to come. Type on the chat, is it okay? You'll be our star today, Priya. Don't worry, I will guide you. Is it okay or not, Priya? If it's okay, can you type the word okay? You'll be our coachee. Okay, can. Thank you, Priya. You're so nice. Thank you. get ready to think of a challenge you're facing, Priya, a challenge that you're facing in the university. It can be about your life, for example, time management, what is the one challenge that you'd like to share with us? And we're going to use as a case study. All right. So how does it work? So Priya is going to just share. Format means what, why, how, so what. Like, for example, she said, okay, it's about my time. I don't have enough time. I do a lot of work. I also do gig work. I do freelance here, there, blah, blah, blah. You share your challenge here. After that, you see number 2, Priya is the client. She presents her challenge. And then I will say, Priya, can you give us a question? What do you want us to solve? After telling us your story. So she might say, how can I manage my time better? Okay, so there's one question. So we all focus on that question. Okay, so then round one means all of us are going to put ourselves in Priya's shoes. We're going to be a coachee. So we will imagine, oh, if we are Priya and we have this challenge, what is the one question we want to ask ourselves? Open-ended, using the I. For example, who else can help me to do my work? Who else can help me? I put me because it's I'm Priya. Or it can be, why do I get so annoyed about my time? Is it questions only? Priya, don't worry, you don't have to answer one this round, first round. You just listen to all the questions. But all of us have to imagine we are Priya asking the questions. Okay? That's round 1. So I'll be doing it with all of you here facilitating it. After round 1, there is a round 2. Round 2 means all of us become consultant. Wow. Some of you are excited. Oh, can become consultant? Yeah. You become a consultant to Priya, where I'll give you all time to think, right on the chat. What is the request or the offers you want to give Priya, for example, or the advice? For example, somebody who knows Priya or find that, Priya, you can actually go and learn from our Professor Ang, for example. Professor Ang is very good in teaching time management one. You go and see him lah. He has this wonderful chart that he uses. You see, there's a request. Another person may give advice. Say, Priya, you are not alone. I'm also going through this. Cannot manage my time. But what I find helpful is I use a time block. Every hour I track my time. You see not? So everyone all chip in. There will be a wealth of wisdom, of ideas that will be coming in from to the chat. And we can all learn from each other. Okay? So after that, after round 2, then we have feedback from Priya itself, from the client, and the debrief. Okay, with Jason just came in, Jason. Okay, can you all take a picture of this, please? Take a picture of this. Okay, take a picture of this, so that this is the flow we're going to do. Right. So Priya will be the coachee. We are the so-called participants, the one who will, round 1, put ourselves in the shoe. Round 2 will be coach. Okay, I'm going to stop share. Taken picture already. Okay, I'm going to stop share now. Okay, Priya, if you can show your video, it'll be very powerful because you are our coachee right now. Okay, Priya, and you can unmute and share what is the one challenge you are facing. Over to you, Priya. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. Okay. Okay. Currently, actually, I'm doing my master's, so it's like part-time. I'm working and also I'm studying as well. So one of the bigger challenge would be time management, because Monday to Friday I'll be working. Saturday, Sunday I'll be doing my studies and also assignments. Okay, so how at the same time I also wish to score my assignments. So how would I do it well without compromising my work quality and also all these things?
Okay, so I just so when the coachee shares, we can clarify. All of us can. So like today, I'm the coach, so-called. So you are saying you work from 9 to 5 also in the 5 days?
Yes, I'm working.
Where do you work, Priya?
Klinik kesehatan.
Wow, doctor.
No, pharmacist.
Pharmacist, the one who dispense the medicine one.
Yes.
So at work, you must be very focused at work, right? You cannot be doing other things, right? Okay, so she
Yeah.
has to be very focused at work. At the same time, and then at night got time or not at night?
I got, because my job ends 5 o'clock. So after that, I'm free to do whatever I want.
Okay. But you go to school, you study on weekends,
Yes.
okay. And you also want to score your assignment. What do you want to score?
Yes.
Like what? A, you want to get A, is it?
Yes, of course.
Wow. Distinction, we have champion in the room, everybody. She wants to be champion, huh? Distinction. Okay. So what will be your one question? Is it, you said, how can I do well
Yes, without compromising my quality at work.
without
And also,
compromising my quality at work?
yes.
So you see, based on her question, we know that for Priya, it's important. Her work is also important. Don't want to compromise. At the same time, she also wants to do well in her studies. So her challenge is, how do I do well in both? It's in both, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's the challenge. Her challenge, actually, she got not enough time on, but she really wants to do both. Okay. Are you all clear with this question, this whole challenge? If yes, say type 1. I need to know. You all are clear? If not, you all have to ask questions to Priya. Yeah? Are you all clear or not before we proceed? Type 1 on the chat if you say, oh, okay, I got it, Dr. Claire. You need her to explain some more? Type 1 if you are clear. Put on the chat 1 if you are saying, okay, Faham already, what she's saying. She's right now an MBA master students. She's working at the same time, also studying, and her challenge is how can she do well? Do you understand or not? Understand? Your type 1 on the chat. Type 1, please. Thanks, Elias. Thanks, Loichi. Thanks. Type. Yes, very good. Okay, all of them they're very good. They understand what you're saying. Now, round 1, everybody. Round 1 is to ask question. Put yourself in Priya's shoes. Okay, here I'm teaching you all to have a different perspective. For you to be successful, you must learn to have put yourself in another person's shoe. So now I give you all 2 minutes, everybody. 2 or 3 minutes, never mind, 3 minutes you can. Write down what are the questions that you want to put. If you are Priya, what questions you want to ask yourself? What questions will you want to ask yourself to overcome this, to be better, to do well, to manage your time, to do well at work, and also well in schoolwork, college work, master's work. So 3 minutes from now, write down the question. It can be 1 question, it can be 2 questions. Put in the first person. First person means like, what can I, blah, 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 or who can I, or me. Okay, start now. Including you, Priya, you can also write down the questions for yourself. All of us now, imagine we are Priya. Okay, start. Yeah, so don't press enter yet, yeah? But Wong Ling, you're very fast. Okay, don't press enter yet so that we don't get to copy. We don't want to copy your question, but thank you, Wong Ling. The rest of you don't press enter yet, yeah? Can have more than 1 question or so, Wong Ling, since you finished. Okay, one more minute, everybody. What are the questions that you will ask yourself if you are pre-PR? There are no wrong questions, don't worry, because all of us have the right to ask.